Gabriel. Quirino, hello. Please introduce yourself.
Hello. Good afternoon, guys. I'm Gabriel Quirino. I'm 26 years old. I live at the same city that I was born and grew up as well, the south of Santa Catarina, Morro da Fumaça, a small town. I degree in human resource. I work as a fireman, and my day off, I work as a hydraulic machine operator as well. And I have my third job is a referee soccer, or sometimes assistant referee soccer. No, I'm here in Talk since February 13. And I think that's it.
Thank you so much.
So far.
Jonas, what about you?
Hello, I am 40 years old. I am also a software engineer. I work in the field for about 4 years now. And I am not an animal person in the broad sense, but my wife has a cat. And right now I am also trying to look for opportunities. I had my first English interview Friday.
That's nice.
It was good. I did not fail per se, but the client would like someone with native speaking. They are a staff company, so it's okay. And Friday now, this week, I have another in a staff company. So just to wait for opportunities in the companies.
That's so nice. Did you get nervous? Did you feel like you could formulate sentences very easily, or was it hard for you to do that?
It's sometimes easier than talk because I am talk about me, about my work, so it's easier. And I was really nervous. You don't stay nervous right before the interview, 30 minutes before, something like that. But Aline has a better English than me. I think she's gonna be okay.
Let's hope everybody's gonna get jobs speaking in English. The God of the jobs are gonna bless you guys here, all right?
And this is my second week in TALK, starting my second
yes, your second week with me also.
week.
It's nice to have you here. All right, guys, let's start. First, for the YouTube guys who are watching us right now, if you are here randomly in this video and you don't know what we're talking about, this is a speaking platform where we can practice our English skills, our Spanish, French, Italian skills, just by speaking and sharing information with other people who likes to speak English, all right? So if you are more curious, go to talkandtalk.com.br. Let's start with the questions, guys. Nobody here is new, so you already know how this is going to work. We're going to go through the questions and talk about some random topic. Today, the topic is neighbors. You guys have the questions, right? I have a huge favor to ask you guys today. I forgot the word. I took out my 2 teeth, sisos. So I'm very hurting to speak right now, but I'm putting a smile to, to introduce you guys and say hello. But I would ask you to keep up the meeting without me intervening, intervindo a lot, so I can just preserve myself and my mouth.
Go easy.
Okay, thank you,
I
guys.
think it's wisdom tooth, no? Yes.
Wisdom tooth in English, really?
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, so I'm more stupid? That's sad. I like better in Portuguese that I don't have juízo. It's better than being more stupid. All right, guys. So who wants to start with the first question? Raise your hands, please. Deborah, go. Please read the question. And then Aline goes to the second questions, all right? So Deborah reads the question, answer it, and then calls someone else to answer the question. Okay, guys?
Okay.
I'll be here.
Okay. How well do you know your neighbors? More or less. I think it is. Actually, no. Actually, no, because I live here 6 months, but I don't know very well my neighbors. But I have a little silly stories, silly talks. Yes. Oh, hello. Good morning. Good evening. I feel so education only. And you, Aline? Your neighbors. Do you know very well?
Now I know my neighbors better. I live in a small village, so it's easier to know my neighbors. When I was living in Recife, it was difficult. I was living in a building and I how can I say that in English? I was meeting my neighbors in an elevator, but was this small talk. Good morning, good afternoon, how are you? Goodbye. And I don't knew this person. Now that I live in a small village, I don't have physical neighbors. There is an empty space right in the right of my house, a empty space here too. But I know the people that lives in my street, in that it's very nice. I can have a relationship, and I have a friend that I get a house in my street for he live here. So I have a friend that lives in my street. So that's very nice. I think when you live in a small place, it's easier to know your neighbors than when you live in a big city. And you, Jonas, what do you think about how is your neighborhood?
I live in an apartment, so I don't even before I don't know my neighbors well. And here is I am kind that I yes, just in the elevator you hold the door, you say good morning, do the greetings, but it's just that.
And you, Gabriel? Acho que Gabriel. Crazy.
Can you hear me? No.
Sorry, I did
No,
not call you.
yes.
My internet. So in my case, I think it's almost similar. Aline. I live in the small village, and I live in the same place that I was born. Not I was born. I was born in a hospital. Okay, but in the same house. And I grew up here, and my neighborhood is the same neighborhood then since I was grew up here and my childhood, and I know everyone here around me. And there are some people, a little people that it's different, but it's a rent home, no, that around me that I don't know a lot, and I don't want as well. And I think that's it. This person, but I don't. I'm not the kind of person that likes so much to how can I say, to have meetings. Like he said, it's almost more polite. Like, oh, good morning. Oh, how are ya? And but I don't do uh, some parties or barbecue with my neighborhood, and I prefer to do it with my family, and that's it about my neighborhood.
Nice. Let me read the second one. It is important to have a friendly relationship with your neighbors. I think it is. I think it helps in a moments that you need. I have a neighbor that is my cat sitter, and he take care of my cats when I'm traveling. And I have a neighbor that is my friend. He doesn't live it here. So when I found a empty house in my street, I calling him and move to here, come be my neighbor. And that's very nice. We have dinners together, we go to the beach together. It's very nice to be this relationship. I like a lot. I think that is a good thing to live in a small city. I think in big cities is harder to have this relationship, this closer relationship. Well, and you, Deborah, what do you think about? Do you think it is important?
Yes, I think this is very important. But how you said it's difficult. Do you have the neighborhoods to be closer? Because sometimes it's very our life is very, how can I say, so fast. Yeah, the life is so fast. And but I think it's important. Do you have polite and do you try know your neighbors? And I have so fun. Do you have actually I one day I have to be the neighborhood take care the animals my neighbor. But have so a lot of animals here, but I don't have animals here. And I take care animals right now. But I think it's so fun. And you, Jonas, what do you think about this?
I really think that a friendly relationship is a good policy. You don't have to be friends to have a friendly relationship with your neighbors. So if you just greeting day, it's just be greeting day or relationship. And if you need some sugar, something like that, you can ask.
That's a good point.
And you, Gabriel?
Yeah. Yeah, I think for sure we need to have a friendly relationship with our neighborhood. The first one because our people, our person, so, and the second one because our neighborhood. And I think everyone here, mainly in my village, it's normal one help each other. Like it's very common. Like my family has a house beach. Yeah, house beach. And when we used go to the beach, when we are going to the beach, my neighborhood used to lock our home. It's very common. So if you has a problem with your neighbor, it's hard. So, and I think that's it. I know a coworker that worked with me in the firefighter, and he has a problem with her neighbor. It's even the your side, no, like it, I don't know, gonna say glue, colado in our home. It's he used to tell me some stories about her arguing and very hard, and well, it's very hard. And if I'm not mistaken, this problem it's on the Yeah, it's on the court. Yeah, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. And that's it. I'm gonna read the next one. Number 3. What are some ways to foster a sense of community among neighbors? Um, well, in my neighborhood don't have it, and if I'm not mistaken, don't even my city. Uh, Something like what can I say? I don't know. We use it to say, I forgot even Portuguese. I don't know. It's the like you have a president and a vice president in your neighbor. I think I don't know this name, and I think this would be how can I say a chip to do that. And there is a place that I used to see in the United States. Every village there's this kind of thing and works a lot. So for that reason, if you walk in the middle of the street in the United States, the houses are similar because you need to ask the president if you can build in your home, paint your home uh, whenever you want color, you know. And here would be that. I think it would be interesting to have this kind of thing, but in my city don't have. I think it would be that this question. And you, Jonas?
Uh, I think you can have a sense of community, foster that sense of community, just being there, be present also. So I think it's the more organic way to do that. You can force a little bit, making parts or something like that, but for me, don't work. It is do not work. So I don't like to be forcing a part for the community just so we can be together. I think if it's gonna happen, it needs to be organic. And you, Deborah?
Well, totally agree with you, Jonas. I think is like organic, and do you put your press on about this? I think it don't work for me too. I think it's so boring. I'm in the situation. I'm perfect. I forget these words. Me afastar. I think this don't work for me. I prefer this is organic and pressure about this. This is, I don't know, situation. Yeah, I think this. I totally agree with you. And you, Gabriel. Sorry, Gabriel answer. Aline.
Well, I think when we are older, we have to make an effort to have friends. It's very true. When you are younger, you do friends. When you go on the streets, you're doing friends. But when you're getting older, we have to make this effort. So I try to be more I try to be, how can I say that, commitment with these persons that are around me. Of course, I have a friend that is my neighbor, so it's easier for me. But just a neighbor, I don't know. I don't know what I will do. Sometimes I know, I remember a thing that I already done. When I do something to eat, that I do a lot of things, and oh my God, I do so much food. What I will do with that? And I do I don't know the name in English of that, a Tupperware, and I share with some neighbors. I think that you can um, uh, make an effort with food. I love with food, people. give me food. So I do this as a gift for my neighbors. They think that I'm concerned about their well-being. I don't know. It's like a gift, I think. And I try to do that for straight. No, it's not straight, it's not the word. Tell me, Sarah, what do you want to speak with your eyes and
Don't
face?
think you want to speak.
I just wanted to say that in United States, people, I mean, is what I see in movies, right? But people, when someone dies, people goes to this person and brings this Tupperware with food, and I find that really, really pretty to see, because you are already worried about the person who died, you know, if he's your family, and you don't want to worry about cooking, so people bring food and so warm, you know, it's like receiving a hug. I like that. Go on,
Yeah.
guys. Sorry.
No, I totally agree. I think we'll have to do this. Are little things, but these little things make a difference in another lives, in the lives of our neighbors. I think. I hope that I'm doing a good food to not donate food, bad food as a gift. Well, everyone already go. I will read the next one.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a disagreement or conflict with a neighbor? How did you handle it? I already have. Who know? Who don't? I don't know. But I was younger, of course. My house was, I live it with my friends, so we have a lot of parties. So I have I don't know, under neighbor in the under floor. Uh, he don't like at me. And he has his point, I think. And I have this disagreement, and I stopped it downstairs neighbors. Thank you. And I have to stop to the parties. Of course, I was the wrong person in this disagreement. I was I don't know, disturbing their sleeping. I don't know, but I stopped to do parties. I started the parties in our places, in our house of friends, and I asked for apologize for him. I'm so sorry. I am the wrong person in this disagreement. And was that we live our lives after that, and we don't have any more disagreement. But I have to change my behavior to live in a good environment with my neighborhood. And Gabriel, what do you think? Do you already have a disagreement?
Yeah, it's a problem that who live in a building. You can do a lot of noise. And in my case, I don't never not directly, but it's almost the same thing you said about the noise. My neighbor here and my home. I don't I how can I say I don't care about for it to how can I say I forgot the word atrapalhar the bars, you know. And but my neighborhood, it's my right side. It was doing a barbecue, a small party with friends and family, and things early. So started, I don't know, maybe 11 hours a.m. until 11 hours p.m. And the music, it was okay, no problem. But I was listening in my home, the music, and I think he I don't remember. Oh yeah, I remember that. I wanted to watch a series with my wife and eat a pizza, and my wife started to complain, and I reported for the police. but they don't know. But it was very annoying. Wind me up a lot, but not directly, not arguing with them, and not arguing with them. Um, Thanks God, my neighborhood is very good. But at the beach, it's a little different because the people that used to go to the beach, it's only to make party. And my neighborhood is on at the beach, and the most of house around me, it's house that I'm gonna say it are rented, you know. So every year it's different families. Sometimes it's a good family, and sometimes not that family, but a teenagers or person that drink a lot and started to do a lot of noise. And but I never complain, I never argue, just okay, just okay. But I think that's it about my neighborhood. And you, Deborah?
Well, no, not conflict, but I but complicated situation. Yeah. As soon as we got here in my apartment, there's a water lake. Yeah, I think this vazamento, and my kitchen, and it's run down to the downstairs, but downstairs my neighborhood, and it is so and his roof, I think this o teto dele caiu. And the another situation, another situation that it's installation in my internet, because the guys installou my internet, but turn off the building. Desligou a energia de todo o prédio. And then I guess we are the annoyed neighbors, yeah, because it's so confused situation here. But right now I'm okay, okay. But it's happy and it's happening, yeah. But it's so confused because we acabamos de chegar, and then the causa happen the complicated situations. I think so. It's so complicated. Yeah. And you, Jonas?
The neighbors treated you well, Deborah, when this happens?
Sorry, I don't understand, Sarah.
That's
Did
okay.
the neighbors treat you well?
No, but I feel very strange. Yeah, it's a little bit. Relationship is a little bit boring. Yeah, but okay.
In my case, I don't normally like to make a fuss of anything. If you have something happen, some noise, something like that, I don't like to just go and complain, because sometimes I am the one make the noise. So when you live in an apartment, you need to think about that, because everyone is everyone makes noise to the other. But I was trying to think about any case that I complained, and I remember that this year, the next door neighbor, midnight, more or less, did put a loud music. So it was not the first time, and then I tried to. It's a condom, so I can make a complaint to the security, but I also try to call in the interphone. But I read the ring in the other apartment, and they shut down the music. They don't talk. They didn't even knew it was me.
They
Okay.
just heard the ringtone of your calling, and then they
Their phone, the interphone in the
so you
apartment.
call them, and when it rings, they shut down the music.
Yes, I can read no.
Listen.
So, listen. The the ring in the next apartment.
Oh, so they didn't even answer you.
Yes, they didn't.
Oh, got it. At least they
knew
tocaram.
what they yeah. So
Go
I
on.
think it's my turn to read.
Yes, please.
5. Should neighbors have a responsibility to look out for one another's property and safety? I think it's a little bit complicated. You need to be a good neighbor, and if you see something wrong, it's right to tell what's wrong, but you don't want to be putting your nose where you don't belong. So if anything is not everything should be talked about. So you need to wait when and how you'll be talking about that. Even if it's some strange one entering in an apartment, in a small village, you can see this person don't belong here. But in an apartment, there's a lot of people coming and going, so you don't should just do a fuss about everyone. And you, Aline, in the small village, how do you think?
Wow, I think responsibility, it's a strong word. I think they don't have the
Yes.
responsibility to take care of my house. But I already have had a neighbor that avoids that my house was robbery in the past. Yes, I wasn't at home, and I lived in a house, and I had a short fence, and there wasn't a man in my backyard, and the neighbor goes to their they had he had a balcony in their house, in his house, and she goes to his balcony to, I don't know, take an air and see a man in my backyard. And she screamed with the man, what you're doing here? And the man told him, oh, I'm just here, take some sticks. And I was living in the front of, how can I say that in English? A lot of nature has a bosque in Portuguese. And my neighbor, you're kidding. You have some sticks. You go and take in the other place of the street. You don't have to go out going in the backyard of another person to took some sticks. Get off of this backyard. And the man goes out and everything's I don't know, deu certo. But I think we don't have the responsibility, but We can do that if we see. I have the lucky if in that moment my neighbor decides to go to his balcony. So was a moment that happened. But I think he don't have this responsibility. But sometimes can happen. And you, Deborah, what do you think about?
I wouldn't say that that word responsibility, but I think it's so, yeah, it's so polite. Is helpy about your relationship. Oh, guys, so hard word for me. Relationship about the situation. But I think it's so good. Do you pay attention another neighborhood about the security? Do you have safety about the sometimes street and you have a building, for example? But I think it's a good, but I don't say responsibility. I think this, but in my case, I think it's good, and I to do that about the security. In my house in Brazil, I think it's so important because have more situation hard. Yeah, I think that's my house is very difficult to street because don't have more a lot of person. It's so dangerous about the specific turns like in the night. It's so hard, but I think it's so important. Do you have a good relationship with your neighbors about because this? And you, Gabriel, do you want to chat?
B. One B.
Oh
Not.
no.
And I guess not, but it's very common. It's kind of automatic. The person to how can I say, to look out our preparers, I think it's normal. Mainly in like Aline lives in a small city or small village. It's very common, and I've never see the person protect my life against a stolen, a robbery, but I heard a lot of stories about it. The neighbor talking the same thing like Ellen said, oh, get out here. What can you do that kind of thing? And here in my city, there's I don't know, how can I say, maybe neighboring network, we translate rede vizinha. It's interconnected with the police, directly with the police, and it's every neighborhood there's a WhatsApp group, and this WhatsApp group there's maybe 2 or 3 policemen inside it, and this neighbor every, how can I say, different person that are inside the neighborhood, and the person put it inside this group, and oh, there's a weird man here, and the policeman how can I sends a police car, no, I don't know, can I say, viatura, and there, and this policy makes a varredura in this place, no, it's but I think we don't have can I say, responsibility, I think, but it's very common, it's normal, because we are a good person, and like I don't wanna that my home are be stolen, and I don't wanna as well that my neighbor as well. I don't wanna that my neighbor home as well. Yeah. I think it's number 6. Yeah. What do you think about organizing neighborhood events or block parties to bring neighbors together? Yeah, it's a good idea. But in my case, I don't like parties. So if you had if he has, I want. So and but it's a good way to get together this neighborhood to do a party. And there are some places it's impossible because I know a lot of places that long time ago there were parties, and every party there was a fight, and it's hard. But I think that's it. It's important. But in my case, my point of view, my personal point of view, I don't like. And you, Ali?
Well, I already had the opportunity to go to block parties, not in my neighborhood, in another neighborhood. Was very nice. I love it. Was event was promoted by a company that was in that neighborhood. So we had music and we had food. Was amazing. But I was thinking, um, I wouldn't the person that organized this event. It's so much work, I think, for the people reunited in your neighborhood and do a big party. It's a very difficult thing, I think. We have to align a lot of different desires, I think. So I wouldn't be this person that organized this event, but if there is some block party in a place and do you want to invited me, I go, of course. But I think it's nice, but involves a lot of work, I think. And we must we have had someone in the neighborhood that get this whole, I think, oh, I will do this person, I will do this part happen. I don't think I would be this person, but I can go as invited person. And you, Jonas, what do you think about?
I already say that I don't like that type of thing. I don't like to force a situation. And normally, if you try to force a situation in a neighborhood that you should not, it's like Gabriel talk about, you may have fights happening. So it's complicated. If it's a young neighborhood, you are trying to make everyone know each other. Just to start, it could be a good thing, but if you know the neighborhood already, I don't think you should force if the part was not happening. But there is neighborhoods that they are really friendly with each other. So in this case, it's not something forced. It's something they normally will like. So maybe not everyone, but you have a dinner party with half of the neighborhood, and then the groups appears. And you, Deborah.
Well, in the past, I've been to several parties like this, yeah, and it was so cool. But we know each other, yeah. You had a good relationship, and right now, my mind, I think is like you said, Jonas. I think it's no organic, yeah, because I think it's so forced about the relationship. But my past, I love it, but right now I think it's don't I think it's no, it's don't work for me. I think this. Okay, this next questions.
I don't think we have time for one more question, guys. We have just
Oh.
4 minutes left. I'm so sorry. Let me see, what is the question? How do you handle noisy neighbors of disturbances from
No,
what?
it's the previous one. Do you
7
think it's important to maintain a certain level of privacy
from your
from your
neighbors?
neighbors?
All right, so let's just answer that very quickly. So we have one more question, all right? Go, Deborah.
Tem? Yeah.
What?
What's the question?
Question number 7. Do you think it's important to maintain a certain level of privacy from your neighbors?
Oh, yes, I totally agree with the question. I think it's so important to have your privacy for your neighbors. I think it's so very important.
Yes.
I think this.
Want somebody.
Nice. Next, Aline, what do you think?
Yeah, of course. I have a lot of plants that I put in my I don't know the name, muro, for my muro bit bigger than it is. So I think it's very important. Our house it's our place in the world. I think we have to protect what happens inside.
Good one. We have to maintain privacy from our own family. Imagine from our neighbors, right?
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
Jonas, what about you?
For sure. In apartment, I think you will need a little more of privacy, not exactly from your neighbors, but that you think it's your neighbors is everyone in the condo. But another buildings, they have a lot more inside in your windows. So privacy is important, and sometimes you need to close the curtains to have some privacy.
Excellent point. They can see everything. Curtains is welcome, guys. They are welcome. Gabriel, what about you?
Yeah, I think for sure. And like Jonas said, I think who lives in a building that more have more privacy than the person live in a home. How can I say? Casa, yeah. Because I live in a home and the person get through in front of my home and look inside, straight inside my home. It's embarrassing, but that's it.
All right, guys. I sent you in the chat the survey link. You guys know what to do with that, right? Just go to the link and give your opinion about this immersion. Thank you so much for being with me today and helping me with my tooth pain. All right. I'm so sorry that this immersion went like this, but I'm happy that we were able to practice a little more. You know, you guys were able to practice a little more and have more initiative during the questions. So thank you for being with me today. Have a nice week. Aline and Jonas, have a nice interview in English. I hope everything goes well. And bye-bye. See you guys next time.
Bye. Good
Bye
luck.
bye. See you.
Bye.